So I heard you've been having some self-esteem issues with detachment, issues with relationships, overall issues that you choose to put yourself in because you'd rather be, what, stressed out of your mind than bored or at peace. I mean, it's nice to have no problems, right? Like, the idea of it is fine. But if you have no problems, you're gonna be bored out of your mind. So you choose to put yourself in those bad situations. You choose to not grow. You choose your situation. If you're not gonna change it, if you want to change it so bad, move places, go somewhere else. It will be the best thing you ever do. But always remember, if you don't like your situation and you're not doing anything to change it, you're choosing it. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Jacinda, and today I'm going to be talking about the law of detachment assumption. If you're watching this video right now, you probably are in some type of slump. Maybe you have the self-respect, maybe you have the self-esteem, maybe you have everything, but you can't walk away from a certain situation because of your attachment. Because what am I going to do without that person? What am I going to do without constantly talking to them? What am I going to do if I just can't walk away from this job, this opportunity? It was supposed to be great. It was supposed to be good. It was supposed to give me a good outcome, but it's just bad. Like, there's nothing I can do about it, right? Right? Let's start with detachment. So I'm going to assume you all know what detachment is, right? People are temporary. They're just experiences. They come into your life, they come out. When they leave your life, they were only there temporarily to teach you a lesson. When they're gone, they're gone. But in the moment, when you're experiencing the loss and you're experiencing life without them, it kind of just feels like, wow, what am I gonna do without you? What am I gonna do without you? I can't live my life without you. You lived your life before without them, but I get why. It's because they taught you a lot about yourself. They might have made you feel better about yourself. They might have made you feel worse. Grief comes in a lot of different ways. I mean, someone can treat you like absolute shit. Like, they will drag you through the mud. They will do all the toxic things. They might even abuse you. But you're still gonna miss them. You're still gonna grieve them. You can have a lot of hatred and resentment for somebody, but you can still miss them because you miss those feelings. You miss that toxic cycle. That's why generational trauma is a thing, because from one generation, the parents could have beat the kids, and then those kids become parents, and then they beat their kids. And then it's just the whole thing with self-esteem issues and physical violence and all of that. To break that cycle, you just need to make a different decision. You need to get out of the mindset of there's nothing I can do about it, because you can do something about it. You're just choosing to put yourself in a bad situation over and over again because you miss that feeling, because it's comfortable. And you don't want to admit it. I know you don't want to admit it. You don't want to admit that you miss the feeling of being abused. Verbally, physically, emotionally, mentally, and you seek it out in other people. And life has this funny thing of teaching you the same lesson over and over again, so it sticks. Because maybe one of your parents was abusive, or maybe one of your friends was toxic and all that. That same type of friend will keep on coming back and back and back into your life till you realize, dang, I need to cut them off. This isn't right. I deserve to be treated better. And this is one of the times where I say, let go of your feelings. Stop listening to your heart. Because sometimes your feelings, your intuition, your heart does not always have your best interests in mind. I'm all for listening to intuition, and you should listen to your intuition because that's you telling yourself if you're in a good situation or a bad situation. But your intuition is also influenced by your brain. In the very back of your brain, you know you shouldn't be in this situation. You know that you shouldn't be doing this, but it's comfortable. It's nice. And I know, like, this is an extreme case, but some people that have been sexually assaulted, some of them will go looking for more sexual encounters to offset the assault, to make it feel like they're in control, to be more comfortable in their self-identity and in their self in general. Not all of them will close themselves off and become a monk or anything like that, or just stop. Most of them just feed into it so they can feel like they're in control, and they feel like, oh, my control was taken in this moment, let me take it back with other people. That's the type of thing. And people will keep on chasing those bad situations, those bad emotions, because they don't know anything else. Whenever they're in a stable relationship, a stable friendship, they'll self-sabotage because they're not used to being in a good situation. They're not used to being in a happy, healthy household, and they'll ruin it for themselves. If you're not ready for something, but it still comes to you, that thing will always leave. Maybe they'll come back when you're ready and when you're good and everything is going your way, but at the end of the day, you ruined it. Anyways, back to intuition. I love my intuition, especially as a woman, because women have this acute intuition about everything. They know just about everything. They know how things will work out. They know that things will work out in their favor if they listen to their intuition. It's like a guardian angel type of thing, if you believe in that. Or it's some type of guiding force for you to get to your highest good. But the reason why I say you don't always believe your intuition is because we get our intuition and fear confused. Like a gut feeling, an intuition, it's like, ooh, no. We often associate that feeling with fear. Because, let's say this, right? You're walking to a bar and you're sitting next to this guy. You know, he doesn't seem that bad or anything. You just get this feeling, though, like you shouldn't be next to him or be around him. You get your drink. You look away for a second and you look back and you're talking to the guy, like all casual, when you're about to take a sip. The bartender stops you. They say, oh, let me remake that drink. I accidentally put da-da-da-da in it. And then they remake it. And then that guy leaves. Come to find out, the bartender tells you he drugged your drink. A lot of women have that type of intuition. And a lot of cases I've seen with intuition is not doing something because it will put you in a bad situation, which is closely related to fear. You know something's wrong and you're scared, so you don't do it. That is fear. That is your intuition trying to tell you, like, don't do that. That's not good, but it's also fear. You're scared of being taken advantage of or getting that feeling, right? I think some people listen to their intuition when they really just don't want to do stuff or they don't want to put themselves in an uncomfortable situation. For example, let's say you get into a relationship. It's a stable, healthy relationship. There's nothing wrong. Like, they have not done anything wrong, but you just get this really, like, bad gut feeling like, oh, I should break up with them. Oh, I can't be in this situation. Oh, this isn't right. This is too stable. They haven't done anything. They're gonna do something. They're gonna hurt me. I know they will.
Oh my God, what is that?
No, you don't. Is that your intuition? Or is that you being scared of being in a somewhat stagnant, healthy, stable relationship? Because every other relationship you had was chaotic and they used to use manipulation tactics on you and it was hot and cold and you always felt like you had to chase them or you had to give your all. But when you're in a relationship where the other person gives their all too, you don't like it. Because you're scared?
Let's finish this conversation another time.
That is where we can confuse intuition and fear. And some people like to use the excuse of, if you're really spiritual, oh, my higher self would do this. My higher self would do all these things. Is it your higher self or is it because you're scared? Are you scared of long-term commitment? Those type of insecurities pop up when you're in uncomfortable situations. Intuition and fear are not the same thing. But your intuition is just a type of feeling you get if you should do something. And an emotion that's linked to that gut feeling is fear. It'll drive you to do some stuff. It'll drive you not to do things. I think that you can tell the difference between your intuition and fear. It's just some people choose not to tell the difference and they just do things because they're scared. They're scared that things won't work out the way that they wanted to. They don't believe in higher forces, or they just don't believe that everything will work out in their favor. Can't blame you. I mean, I didn't either. Something I know about my intuition is that it will put me out of my comfort zone. It will drag me out of it. But if I choose not to do something for whatever reason, just because I don't feel like it or it just doesn't feel right, an idea that that's just my fear telling me, oh, you should just stay inside. You shouldn't put yourself out there. It's not good. What would others think? What would your parents think? What would your friends think? I know that's just fear. My fear of being seen, my fear of just putting myself out there in general, it limits me. I know that. Next thing, let that situation go. Let that person go. If it's family, let them go too. Because better things will come. And I know you've heard this advice over and over and over and over again. But you really do have to cut people out. You have to sacrifice a lot of the people that were in your old life. Or a lot of the things that tethered you to a certain identity. Whether it's sentimental objects, actual people, whatever, you have to cut it out. You don't have a choice but to cut it out if you want to transition to a new chapter in your life. Or if you want to transition to a better you. It might seem sad and all that, but at the end of the day, you gotta make some type of sacrifice in order to become better. It's really just about choosing your poison. You know, you're gonna die one day. And nobody will remember you. I know there's some people that have a legacy, like Rockefeller. But eventually, history will forget him too. You just gotta remember that, would you rather sacrifice the things you care about now for long-term success and to make some type of impact on the world for years to come? Or would you sacrifice your potential, your dreams, your hopes, your aspirations for the people you care about now? To be around the people you care about, to be able to live an ordinary life. You might as well die doing something that you've always wanted to do, or you could die being surrounded by the people you love. I'm not saying though that there won't be toxic people trying to put you down or anything. There will be toxic people that will try to put you down and will try to one-up you or be better than you, and they won't unconditionally support you through everything. There won't always be people that will unconditionally support you and unconditionally love you, because in their perspective, if you change from the version of you that they know that they can control in some type of way, then they don't know you. Then they won't be able to unconditionally support you or unconditionally love you, because they don't understand you. They don't know why you want to change. They don't know why you want to chase your dreams, chase something big, chase just something. And they will never understand, because they're not you. Same goes for you. You're never going to fully understand somebody, because that's your perspective on them. Your experiences, your past shapes who you are and who you think that they are. You don't actually know them, because there's some stuff that they will never tell you. There's some stuff they will always keep private. And then there's just how their mind works. You'll never know how someone else's mind works. Unless you develop mind reading technology, which I don't think that will happen for the next, 50, 60 years? That's the end of today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, all that, and stay tuned in for more. Bye-bye.